All right. Good evening, students. Good evening, all, once again.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Good evening.
So, what about Vivian, Michelle, Sanaiga, and Rida? All of you, please switch on your videos.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, children. Good afternoon. Okay. So, children, in the last class, we were discussed about excretory system, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Excretory system, and what are the different parts of excretory system and its functions. Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
let us start with the Vivian. What do you mean by excretory system?
Ma'am, excretory system is a system which helps our body in throwing out the waste.
So it helps our body to remove the waste from our body. Okay, so an excretory system is a system of organs which help us to remove the waste materials from our body. And how these waste materials are formed in our body?
Due to the like the usage of cells.
By the after performing various functions by our cells. We know that our cells performing various functions like reproduction, transportation, something like that. After that, what happens? Some kind of waste materials or waste products are formed, and it can be removed with the help of some organs. So this system, which helps to remove the waste materials from our body, is known as excretory system. Then next one to Hanna. What are the different parts of excretory system? Hanna, different parts of excretory system.
Ma'am, can I say?
1 minute. Okay, I can't hear, dear. I think some kind of audio problem. Same question to Adi. Adi Dev.
Ma'am, a pair of kidneys, a pair of ureters.
Is it ureters?
Ureters.
A pair of ureter. Okay, then.
Ureters.
Okay,
and
then.
Urinary bladder and urethra.
Urethra. Okay, so we have a pair of kidneys, a pair of ureter, then urinary bladder. After then we have urethra. Okay, urethra. Then at the end of the urethra, you can find a small opening, that is what is known as urinary opening, through which the urine moves out from the body. Okay, so here we are starting with Nivedita.
Yes, ma'am.
So what's function of our kidneys? Kidney.
Kidneys, they contain blood capillaries that filter out the unwanted substances from the blood in the form of urine.
Okay, in the form of urine. Actually, the major function of kidneys, they are filtration of the materials. We know that with the help of blood capillaries present in the kidneys, some amount of the blood reaches at kidneys, and the useful amounts or the useful substances are get absorbed into the blood, and the unwanted materials are dissolved with water. Okay, the unwanted materials are dissolved with water, then it forms urine. Okay, so from the kidneys, how the urine get transmitted, Abhinav?
From ureters.
Through ureters. We know that ureters are some kind of tube-like structures, and what is the function of ureter? It connects two parts. Two parts of the excretory.
It connects the kidney and urinary bladder.
Very good. It connects the kidney and that of the urinary bladder. So through these tube-like structures, the urine from the kidney get transmitted from kidney to urinary bladder. Then what do you mean by urinary bladder, Michelle?
The urine produced by the kidneys is stored in a bladder called urinary bladder.
Okay, so the urine from the kidneys gets stored inside a bladder-like structure or a sac-like structures. That is what is known as urinary bladder. And how it is removed from urinary bladder, MP Aradhya? From the urinary bladder, how the urine gets removed? I can hear, dear. Same question to Herin.
Ma'am, through urethra.
Through urethra. And what do you mean by urethra?
A muscular through which urine passes.
Yes, it is a muscular
tube through which urine passes.
Okay, it's a muscular tube-like structure part. At the end of the urinary bladder, you can see a muscular tube-like structures, that is what is known as urethra. And the opening of urethra is known as
Urinary
Very
opening.
open.
urinary
Urinary
opening.
opening.
Through which the urine pass out. Okay. And then today we are going to see for a normal person, what about the amount of urine pass in each day? That is in 24 hours for a normal person passes 1 to 1.8 liters of urines. Okay. So today we are going to discuss in detail about it. For a normal adult human being, he passes about 1 to 1.8 liters of urine in 24 hours. 1 to 1.8 liters of urine in 24 hours. And the urine produced, which comprises of 95% of water. So our urine, the urine that we are passes out mainly consists of 95% of water, 2.5% of urea, and 2.5% of other waste products. Okay, so actually the urine that we are passes out mainly consists of water. How much amount of water?
95%
95% of water plus
plus urea and
urea. What amount of percentage of urea present in?
the waste products.
2.5%.
0.5%.
Then other
Waste
waste
products.
products. Okay, other waste products. Okay, so our urine consists of mainly water, urea, and other waste products. So the waste products, the unwanted materials from our body is removed in the form of urine, and our urine consists of 95% of water, 2.5% of urea. That's why we are called it as urea. Okay, and then other waste products. Okay, and the major excretory product in human is nothing, it is urea. This is the major excretory product in human beings as urea. So write the next point. You can note it down as the next point. The major excretory product.
Ma'am, Sandra and Savio asked whether they can turn off their video because they are taking vaccines.
Sandra and Savio.
Told that they are taking vaccines, so their video will be off.
Okay. Okay then, no problem. The major excretory product in humans, the major excretory products in humans is urea. And this urea is present in our urine. So 95% of water, 2.5% of urea, and 2.5% of other waste materials. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And another form of the removal of the waste materials from our body by the process of sweating. Okay, sweating. So today we are going to discuss about sweating in detail. One minute, here I can change the slide. Okay, so now we are going to discuss about the sweat. Sweating. What do you mean by sweating?
When we overwork like when we jog or when we exercise, we
When we
produce
do some kind of exercise, we know that sweating occurs, right?
yes,
And what do you mean by actually this sweating?
Ma'am, water from.
Sweat is a substance that is produced on hot summer and humid days. It contains water and some amount of salts. Okay, so some amount of salts are released or removed from our body by this process of sweating. So whenever you are observing, you can find that some amount of a white colored substance especially is formed underarms. Okay, so it is nothing, it is formed as a result of this sweating. Sweat is a substance that is produced on hot summer and humid days, and this sweat mainly consists of, it mainly consists of water and salt. Water and salts. Sweat is a substance that produced on hot summer and humid days. It contains water and some salts. And we can see the salt by forming that they form a white patches on our clothes, especially in underarm areas. So whenever we wear the clothes in the underarm areas, we can see some white colored patches. It is nothing, it is formed as a process by sweating. Sweating means it's a substance which is produced on hot summer which contains water and salts. Water and salt. So salt from our body slows in the form of sweat. So it forms a white colored patches, especially in underarms. And the evaporation of sweat from our skin takes up the heat of our body and makes us feel cool during the summer days. So actually during summer days, the sweating is very good because it removes the hotness of our body and making us, all of us, a feel of cool. Okay.
Ma'am, do you have to write all of these?
Yes, please note down the major points from the slide. Sweat contains water and some salts. It forms white patches on our clothes. Only need to write the major points. Sweat contains water and some salts. It forms white patches on our clothes. And the last point is very, very important. Why the sweating is necessary? Why we sweat? Because the evaporation of sweat from our skin takes up the heat of our body and makes us feel cool during the summer days. Don't need to be copied down all the points from the first 2 points. You just copy down, not down the third point. Evaporation of sweat from our skin takes the heat from our body and makes us feel cool during the summer days.
Can you please show the previous slide?
Okay, children.
Okay, ma'am.
Is it over?
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we are going to discuss about the thing that you just imagine. What happens if our kidneys are not function properly? We know that the kidneys performs a very good function. They are take the part of filtration process. The blood which reaches in the blood kidneys, actually they are undergone filtration process. Okay, and inside the kidney we know that the useful substances are get absorbed by the blood, and the unwanted materials or the waste products are filtered out in the form of urine. Okay, so the major process of this filtration is occurs in our kidneys. Now you just imagine what happens if our kidneys not function properly.
Ma'am, both of them or one of them?
Both of them. If both of the kidneys are actually in our life, we need only one kidney. We know that we have two pair of kidneys, but in our life, we need only one kidney for its function. Okay. The God bless us with the two kidneys. If it is needed, we can donate kidneys for other patients. Okay. So if you just imagine if our both kidneys are not function properly, then what happens?
Ma'am, the
Well,
person
ma'am.
will die.
Then we
Ma'am,
will die, not die.
ma'am, our body will fill with
Yes, our body will get.
extra waste.
Yes, our
Like
body
it
will
will-
get actually accumulated with waste products, right? Because this
Yes,
waste
sir.
product is removed by the process of filtration, and this process of filtration takes place inside the kidneys. So whenever the kidneys
Without
are
that,
not
it can't
function
happen.
properly, what happens? The waste products are not get removed from our body. Okay. So for that process, in such patients, that is the patients or the persons with no kidneys, we have to remove the waste products by the help of some artificial kidneys. Okay. So if there is two functions, if the two kidneys present in human beings are not working properly, we need to filter. We need to filter the blood that is reaches in the kidneys of that person with the help of some artificial kidneys. And that process is known as dialysis. Have you heard about that process, dialysis?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sometimes you may be heard about some patients, some persons are there. They are continuously, sometimes in once in a month or twice a month, they went to hospitals for doing this dialysis. Okay. So from today onwards, you must have an idea what you mean by dialysis. Okay. Actually, dialysis is a treatment, that is a treatment for the persons whose kidneys are not function properly. So their function, since their kidneys are not function properly, the filtration process takes place with the help of some kind of artificial kidneys. Okay, so let us see in detail about this dialysis. Okay, let me share the screen.
Ma'am, in other ways, if the other person is having the same blood group.
Yes, it is possible. But one thing is to be noted, if and only if our kidneys matches with other person, then only we can donate our kidney to that person. For that, our blood group,
right?
yeah, for that our blood group should be similar. We know that we are the persons with a different blood group. Some of them are possess A positive, A negative. So our blood groups should be similar, and our kidney should be matched with that of the other person. Then only we can donate our one of kidneys to another. Okay. So here you can write a dialysis. What do you mean by dialysis? So at certain abnormal conditions like injuries due to some accidents or due to some infections, what happens? The person's kidneys may stop its working. Due to this failure of kidneys, waste products begin to accumulate in the blood. We know that with the help of some kind of capillaries, blood reaches in the kidneys. But whenever the two kidneys are not function properly, there will be accumulation of waste occurs inside our blood.
Ma'am, should we write the whole slide?
Yeah, because all points are important. This should be filtered artificially as the person cannot survive unless their blood is filtered. So this periodical artificial filtration of blood is known as dialysis. You don't need to be copy down this. I will give the notes. So here you can copy down this. The periodical, not this periodical. The periodical artificial filtration of the blood is known as dialysis. So this is what is known as dialysis. So we need to filter the blood of such persons periodically, sometimes twice in a month or thrice in a month. Sometimes we need to filter the blood of such persons with the help of artificial kidneys. Okay. So the periodical artificial filtration of the blood is known as dialysis. So here you can find the answer for what do you mean by dialysis. The periodical artificial filtration of the blood is known as dialysis. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
No, no, no.
So why we need to do this process of dialysis? Under what conditions we need to dialysis?
When a person's kidney is not
having a
functioning
failure.
properly.
Very good. Very good. Whenever the two kidneys of a person not working properly, then we need to do this dialysis. Here the filtration of blood occurs with the help of some kind of artificial kidneys, and this process, this periodic artificial filtration is known as dialysis. Okay. Can we move to the next topic?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
We should only write the last
That
sentence.
one, that's only. You need to write what you mean by dialysis and try to understand the concept. Why we need to do this dialysis? It is mainly because of the failure of the two kidneys of person. Now, the last topic of this, that comes under this topic, excretion, that is excretory waste of other animals. Okay, so here we discuss about the excretion in human beings. We know that along with that of the blood, along the deoxygenated blood and all, some kind of waste products are formed inside the blood and we can filter it with the help of kidneys. Similarly, we can consider the case of other animals, how the removal of the waste products takes place in case of such animals. That is what we are going to discuss here. Okay, so the first one, the method of waste removal from an organism of body depends on the availability of water. Okay, so that's why it asked to drink sufficient amount of water. Even though in the case of human beings, the unwanted materials from the blood get filtered by the process of the excretion with the help of water. The unwanted waste materials are dissolved in water, then only it can form urine. So that's why it's asked to drink sufficient amount of water. So excretion is a process which takes place with the availability of water. Now, in the case of aquatic animals, how it takes place? Like fishes, the excretory product is in the form of ammonia, which directly dissolve in the water. We know that the fishes, they are always live in the water, and the major excretory product in the case of fish. What about the major excretory product in the case of fish? It is
Ammonia.
ammonia. And how it is removed from its body? How this ammonia? Yes, it is directly dissolves in water. Okay, it is directly dissolves in water. Okay, so this is the excretion process that takes place in the case of fishes. Just like us, they are not possess the kidneys and all. The major excretory products of fish is ammonia. They are directly dissolved in water. Now we can discuss the land animals, not inland animals, in space, land. Okay. In land animals like birds, snakes, and lizards, the excretory product is actually, what is excretory product in these animals? Uric acid.
Uric acid.
Uric acid, which is a white semi-solid substance. So whenever you observe the excretory materials of this lizard or birds, you can see that white colored semi-solid substances. Have you ever observed it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so whenever you are observe, those who are not seeing that, you from today onwards, you just try to observe it. Especially in the case of lizards or birds, you can see a white semi-solid like substance. That white semi-solid like substance is actually known as uric acid. Okay, so this uric acid is the major excretory product in the case of birds, lizards, and all. The primary excretory products in human is urea. Okay, the primary excretory products in humans is urea. Is it over?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, all right. Okay, so here we have a brief summary. This is the last topic of the excretion. So we are starting with excretion in human. What about the major excretory product in the case of humans?
Circulatory system.
No, no, no. What about
Urea.
the major excretory
Urea.
product in the case of humans?
Urea.
It is urea.
Urea.
Very good, very good. And what about in the case of fish?
Ammonia.
Ammonia. Very good. Ammonia. And in the case of birds or lizards?
Uric acid.
Uric
Birds
acid.
or lizards, this is uric acids. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that's all about this topic, excretion, excretory systems in human and excretion process in the case of other animals, especially in the case of fish and some land animals like birds, lizards, and snakes. Okay, I hope it is clear. Okay, now we can move to the next topic. All of you write the heading. I know that 6 more minutes left. We can just introduce it. After that, we can make the continuation in the next class. Transportation of substances in plants. Transport of substances in plants. Or you can simply write transportation in plants. Transportation in plants. So as we told in the very beginning of the session, what do you mean by transportation? Transportation. Any idea?
Ma'am, carrying one substance
Moving
from
from
another.
Okay,
Or
the carrying of substances from one place to another or through different parts of the body is known as transportation. And in the first session, we are discussing, explain or detail about the transportation in the case of human beings. For that, we are mainly uses 2 types of system. What are they? One is circulatory system and the second one is excretory system. So with the help of the circulatory system and excretory systems, we can explain the transportation of substances which takes place inside the case of human beings. Similarly, in the next session, we are going to discuss the transportation in plants, how the essential things such as nutrients or water get transported inside the plants. That is what we are going to discuss next. Transportation in plants. Okay. So we are going to discuss one more slide. After that, we can wind up the session. The roots of the plants absorb the essential minerals and water from the soil. Okay. So actually the the roots of the plants helps to absorb the essential minerals and water from the soil. And these roots possess a hair-like structures present in them. These hairs increase the surface area of the roots and hence allow more amount of absorption. Okay, so here we are discussing the transportation of substances in the case of plants. Basically, we consider the first part of the plant which helps in the transportation is nothing. This is our roots. And these roots possess some hair-like structures. Whenever you observe the roots of plant, you can see some hair-like structures on it. And what is the function of this hair-like structures? Which increases the surface area of the roots. It increases the surface area of the roots and hence it allow more amount of absorption. So if the surface area increases, it can absorb more amount of the water from the soil, water and minerals from the soil. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So the first part which helps in the transportation of minerals and water in the case of plants is nothing. These are roots. The roots consist of some kind of hair-like structures. I will show the image, then it will be more clear. Can I change the slide?
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. So the roots have some kind of hair-like structures. The major function of these hair-like structures of roots are nothing to increase the surface area. Whenever the surface area increases, then the roots can absorb more amount of the water and minerals from the soil.
Finish, ma'am.
Okay. So here in this picture, you can see a plant with roots. This root possesses some hair-like structures, right? These hair-like structures are known as root hairs. And what is the function of those root
Ma'am, can
hairs?
you please show the previous slide?
Okay, okay. And this root hairs increases the surface area, thereby it can absorb more amount of the water and minerals from the soil. I will explain this figure in the next class. Okay. Now I want to take your attendance. Let me
Can you
take your
please show the
attendance.
slide?
Which one?
This is 7.
Okay, children, we can wind up the session now. It is almost 3:39. We can continue the same topic in our